do.
Dolly, you know where Peru is.
Yeah.
Well, I understand it still is a circus city of the world or whatever. But
Yeah.
back in 1968, the summer of '68, me and a buddy of mine went down there and we was drinking, going down. Those days, that's how you did everything. You drank and just have a big time. When we got down there, they had a, whatever it is, Cass County Fair or whatever. I don't know what county it's in. I think it was Cass County Fair. Hey, Cass County is it?
No, that's in Logansport, Cass County.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever county.
Miami.
Huh?
Miami.
Yeah. So we're getting down there and they got a thing. There was a huge crowd gathered around this deal and it said, pin the chimp or the orangutan shoulders to the mat, Oscar, and win half of what's in the barrel or the little glass jug in front of the deal. And this guy had a little derby hat with a cane, a little band around his shirt, a little bow tie. And so we're standing there and Duncan's 6'6", guy's 6'2", and so we're looking at him and guys are getting in there and wrestling this orangutan. He had a diaper on. Orangutan don't have no neck. It's just the head that sits on a body. There ain't no neck to it. It just molds right into its body. So I'm wondering why it's got a diaper on. So of course we're high enough to hunt ducks with a rake because we've been drinking all the way from Warsaw. So the guy said, how about you two lads? He said, you guys think you can, he said, one of you can pin the orangutan. So I said, I don't know about one of us, but I said, I'll bet you two of us could. He said, now wait a minute. Then you don't get half the pot. Or no, you get half the pot. That's the way it was. If the two of you tag teaming. So I looked at old Duncan and Duncan said, my God, I bet we can pin his shoulders to it. Now orangutan weighs about 150 pounds. And I bet that orangutan was 25 years old. Didn't have a tooth in his head. So we proceed to get in this deal inside the cage and still wondering why he's got a diaper on. So the guy comes in and he's got his little cane. He says, now here's the rules. You can't grab him in a headlock. Well, hell, you can't grab an orangutan in a headlock because there ain't no neck. And he says, here's what you can't do. You can't poke him in the eyes. You can't bite him on the ears. You can't kick him in the midsection or the privates. He's telling us all what we can't do to the orangutan. He ain't telling the orangutan what he can't do to us. So we got in there, had to take our shoes off, had to take our belt off, and hand our valuables and put them in a little side thing there inside. And we started getting around there. The orangutan was somewhat, docile. I mean, he didn't look like he was a threat to anybody. But the thing about orangutan is his hands and his feet are the same. He's got 4 hands. There ain't no feet. His hands and his feet are the same. So I hollered for Duncan. I said, you get a hold of him in the middle, throw him down. I'll sit on his shoulders. This thing will be over at nothing flat. Well, about the time Duncan went to get him, to get a hold of him, the orangutan just grabbed him by the back of the head, slammed his ass right down on the mat, just as fast as you can say it. I'm standing there with my eyes looking like, how did he do that? Because Duncan's 6'6". Before the next thing I know, he's got me flipped over and down, and he's got me and Duncan threaded into where I'm this far from Duncan's face, and I ain't figuring out how I got there just yet. And boy, he's putting pressure on me real bad. And I can hardly see it. Duncan says, he says, get him. I said, get him out. I said, we're in trouble here. About that time, that little bastard reaches down his diaper. And his index finger, or his middle finger, is about this long on orangutan. And Duncan, he sticks his finger up his butt and goes across Duncan like this. Duncan goes, ah! And I said, what happened? Get his other hand off. Get his other hand. Other hand, hell, he's got 4. Here's this great big brown slissy mark underneath it, just like a big old handlebar mustache. He said, get his hand off. Get his hand. So we're trying our best to get a hold of him. And about that time, here comes his head. We hadn't seen his head for a long time. All we see was his hands. Then he takes his hands and had the god-awfulest breath and proceeds to put his mouth over Duncan's entire head and sucks his face. Duncan, I'm trying to hold his hands. when that orangutan got done, he had a hickey, a big red ring all the way around his face. I never see such a deal in my life. I couldn't move if I tried. We're screaming for all we're worth, and that guy with that little cane, if I gotta go hold that little bastard, I'd have killed him during the deal. And this orangutan's got us to where we're screaming uncle. I mean, the whole thing ain't taken maybe a minute and a half. And we're calling, and we had to holler uncle. So we're hollering uncle, and the crowd's roaring, everybody's going crazy. We got up Duncan. To this day, is mentally scarred from that. I'm sure he had to seek counseling. But that orangutan come with an ace of killing both of us. And
did you guys hit him?
Huh?
Did you hit him?
Oh, hit him in the back of the head. Hit him in the back of the head, but the guy come over with a cane and hit us. Said, "You sons of bitches can't hit." Well, he didn't say sons of bitches. Said, "You guys can't hit the Oscar." And of course, I bashed him in the back of the head when he sucked his face like that. So we never got a dime. It cost us $5, and put in $5 in 1968 was like $100 today.
To get it whipped.
But look at the entertainment you provide.
The entertainment, yeah.
People.
Well, we sobered up in a hurry too.
There's people laughing to this day about that.
Oh my God. Well, and it was the summertime. If it'd been school, if we was in school, he was chapped all the way around his face for I bet a month. Completely around his face. I mean, chapped. It was, he sucked him. Sucked right. Duncan said it took all the air right out of him.